Okay, to get started, we're going to take a paper plate and we're going to take some acrylic paint in white, and I'm going to go ahead and coat my popsicle sticks with the white paint, and then I'm going to have to set these aside. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scallop die with my Big Shot. I'm going to create my sandwich, and I'm going to lay my plate, my die, my cardstock, and then my top plate. And I'm going to run it through the Big Shot, and you'll get your scallop. Okay, so when you're done running your paper through the Big Shot, you should have 4 pieces total. And you can do them in the same color. I'm going to alternate my colors. You can do red and white for Valentine's Day. You could do red and pink. But for my video, I'm just going to use the red and white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, team them up. 1 and 1, and then I'm going to take the new heart punch, and I'm just going to randomly go in here, and I'm going to go around, and I'm just going to punch out some hearts all the way around my circle. And again, there's no rhyme or reason the way I'm doing that. I just went around and randomly punched some hearts, so that when my cup is done, I'm going to have them that they overlap and you can see through the inside. And then I'll do the same thing, and I'll punch it through the red. Okay, so on one of them, I just always like to kind of add a little extra to my stuff. So on one of them, I'm going to go through and I'm going to punch with the one, I think it's 1/18, 1/16. I'll have a supply list on my blog for you. I'm just going to go ahead and punch in holes all the way to the outside of the scallop, and I'll just add another element to my okay, and then I'm going to use the Sweetheart stamp set, which was made to go along with the large heart punch, and I'm going to be using the 2 heart stamps that are in this. Okay, and I think you've seen me use this the other night when I used the leaf stamp. It's a great set, so like I said, if you haven't gotten it, you may want to go ahead and order it. And I'm going to take some Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to ink up my stamp, and then I'm going to put it down here towards the bottom of the page. I need to move this up for you to see, and I'm just going to stamp that. And I'm going to take the next heart, and I think I'm going to do that one in some Pink Passion ink. I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit and do 2 of them, and I'm going to stamp that up. And then stamp the image right next to that one. Okay, so there's my 2 stamped images. Okay, now these 2 images were also made, or this stamp set was made to go with your large heart punch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my heart in there. I'm going to try and see where my lettering is and kind of center it. Let's see if this one, okay. I've got to cut a little bit of that paper off the bottom so that I can get my heart. I didn't put it down far enough. So I just want to trim a little bit off the bottom here so I can get my punch all the way in where I need it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and punch out the center. And I'm going to do the same on this one. I'm going to put this in here, kind of see where my lettering is, and punch out my center. So as you can see, I have my 2 centers poked through, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go around the outside of these, and I'm going to trim. And when I trim, I'm going to leave maybe just like a little space around the outside, just showing some white. And the whole thing is when you're cutting too is turn your paper. Don't turn your scissors. Don't move your scissors, but move your paper. And that way you'll get crisp, clean lines as you're cutting. Okay, I've cut those 2 images out so you can see what they look like. And what I like about this set is that Stampin' Up! Has also come out with the Sweet Treat cups in the heart to go along with this set. So I'm going to take out 2 of my cups, And as you can see back here on the back, they have an adhesive on the back. And these are made to fit perfectly. So you can, you know, put your image around them. And I'll show you again when I do that. They'll just slide over and add a nice little designer part to your card. Okay, so now I'm going to put some stuff in the back of them. Okay, so in one of my cups, I'm just going to put some candy sprinkles in there. And I won't fill it all the way because I'd like you to see some in the background. And then in the other one, I'm going to put some... Okay, now we have the two hearts that when we punched out the middle of our stamped image that we have left, and what you'll find is that these will sit right inside your treat cups and will actually fit pretty good so that they can make like a covering for your candies so that your candies won't fall out. If you like to do that. Okay, so that's one option for you. Or you could take just a scrap piece of paper and one of the cups themselves, and if you wanted to, just go in and take a pen, trace around it, oops, like so, and then just go ahead and cut that out. You know, when we go to assemble them, I'm just going to show you one. You should have a solid scallop. You should have a scallop that you've embellished in some sort of way. You should have your candy treat cup that I'm throwing my candies all around here. We have that. And then I'm going to take the heart that I cut out and that fit on there, and I'm just going to, now again, you would remove this adhesive strip here, and it's got sticky, so when you go to place this on top, it would automatically stick for you, but because I'm doing this for the video, and I'm going to actually probably reuse this treat cup later for another project, I'm just gonna use my snail. So all I'm going to do is just put some snail here on the edges, just to kind of put it and hold it onto the cup, and then place that on the cup where it kind of lines up. And again, had I cut this out better, it would be an exact match, but for the video, it should be good enough. And then again, you want to use the one of the rings that you cut out, which I'll use that one. And if you want to make sure that this is going to stay in place, again, just take some snail or some sort of adhesive and put it on there and just attach it onto your cup, like so, okay? Then I'm going to take my lollipop stick, and now you can use glue, whatever you want to use to attach this. I'm going to take my lollipop stick, and I didn't paint all the way on the top there, and the reason being is that you're not going to see that anyways once it goes in. And I'm going to apply glue on both sides of my lollipop stick, and I'm going to place that inside. And I'm going to place my circle, and when I do this, I need to try and line up my scallops the best that I can. They don't have to be exact, but the better they are. And I want to move my lollipop stick over just a little bit so you don't see that. Okay. And what I'm trying to do is to get the lollipop to stick down. And I'm going to just take some snail around my outer edges to help hold down my card on top. And attach that. And then applying some snail. Now you could do snail, you could do sticky strip. It's really up to you who you're giving these cards to, how much wear and tear they're going to be going through. I'm going to attach that into the center, like that.